we are going to vote for the impeachment process to ensure that Ramaphosa lives with nothing. The ANC NWC yesterday resolved that Ramaphosa must step down, and then the MPs must vote against the panel. So you can see it's a negotiation that if you step down, we'll vote against the impeachment and you can retain your benefits and all of that. You, the media, know that the ANC and WC agreed that he must step down. You leave the step down thing, and then you push the narrative that the ANC is going to vote against the panel's recommendation, and then project Ramaphosa as having won, as it were. But the reality is that the ANC has recommended to the NEC that Ramaphosa must step down, and members of parliament must vote against the impeachment, which is something we are opposed to. He must step down and he must still be impeached. Stepping down does not mean he must not be impeached. And even during the impeachment, he must still be arrested. He committed crime. He committed corruption. So all of that must follow. And then why should it follow? It must even follow more because Ramaphosa is fighting as if he has not done anything wrong. If he was someone who was showing remorse, perhaps some of these things will look the other way and say, no, the guy has seen his mistakes and he has accepted. No, it's not. He has actually put the country in a state where we are divided, and to a point where he even left his responsibilities, because as we speak now, he's no longer a president. Because a president, after such a report, had a responsibility to come out, reassure the markets, reassure the nation that things are in order. He abandoned that. He abandoned his accountability in parliament. He went into hiding. It's just that in South Africa, we don't have soldiers. Because in that short space of time of the disappearance of the president without trace, the general of the army should have taken over. So the president vanished. And you see nothing wrong with that. That Archbishop Makgoba sees nothing wrong with that. That Council of Churches sees nothing wrong with that. Where a president disappears for 4 days without trace, without telling the nation what's going to happen. By doing that, the president has effectively and immediately resigned. We don't need a letter. Through his action, the president has told you that he's no longer the president of South Africa, and you guys are insisting on making him something that he says he doesn't want to be. So, Makgoba's utterances are so disingenuous and are not deserving of a man of cloth. If I was a member of the Anglican Church, I would have filed for motion of no confidence on Archbishop Makgoba, who is factional, who has lost his morality, who has lost his ethics, who has gone all out to defend corruption and money laundering. A president who has admitted that I kept in my house $530,000. What more does Makgoba want? Because the president has said so himself, that he kept $530,000 in his house. Secondly, the president has said, I have not reported the stealing in my farm, as required by PRECA, that more than 100,000 K, if stolen, must be reported to the Hawks. The president has admitted that. Makgoba says no, the man must stay. If he goes, there must be government of national unity. You see, Murutu wa Tsotsi maneuvering to protect a criminal. I've never seen such thing in my entire life. The whole Council of Churches, corrupt to the core, defending a criminal, man of cloth. Where are the other pastors who can't rise on their own and say, don't say that in our name? Crime is crime. It doesn't matter who committed the crime. The man of cloth must always be on the side of the law. not on the side of criminals. Everybody who was claiming to be clean, who was claiming to be the defenders of the Constitution, today are defending the man against the Constitution. The whole Joel Nechitenze, an over-exaggerated intellectual who defends a criminal using tribalism. For the second time now, Ramaphosa said the July unrest was caused by the Zulus. Now Joel comes and says the defenders of the people who demand Ramaphosa to leave are Zulus. What do these two vendor men have against Zulus? What is this tribalism that these two vendor men are pushing in this country? They are provoking those Zulus when they are not doing anything. They have not done anything. The man is saying, look at the people who want Cyril to go. All of them come from one province where Zuma comes from. He thinks he's being intellectual as usual. But he's effectively saying, look at all these people are Zulus. Why is Joel and Cyril being allowed to perpetuate tribalism in this country? And these are the people who were told are the best of the best who will defend the Constitution. Why is Cyril, the man who were told is the one who drafted the Constitution, not being the first one to defend the same Constitution he drafted, the so-called best Constitution in the country, in the world? So, I am happy that this moment has come to show to all of you that the road is not Zuma, the road is not Ramaphosa, the road is the whole entire ANC. As the EFF, we are very happy that the secret ballot is not provided. Nkosazana spoke on TV and said Cyril must go. Lindiwe Sisulu spoke on TV and said Cyril must go. Supra spoke and said Cyril must go. Tomorrow, let them go and raise their hands. They must not become peacetime heroes. They were talking on TV. Let the real truth prevail tomorrow. Let's see if they meant what they were saying on TV. Secret ballot for what? If they are for the Constitution, if they are for the rule of law, and they are not for the men, let tomorrow South Africa see who is on the side of the Constitution and who is on the side of an individual. We are happy with the decision of the Speaker not to grant the secret ballot. Tomorrow, we want to see all these crooks. Or are they genuine, or are they just speaking because there are cameras in front of them? They must raise hands, seated next to the man, seated next to their own colleagues, and say, my conscience doesn't allow. And they must remember this. They are highly protected. Because the Constitutional Court said, members of parliament must vote according to their conscience, not according to their party mandate. When they are in there, they cease to be members of political parties, but they become representatives of the people of South Africa. So tomorrow, we are going to separate women from girls, boys from men. Let's go and see if all these things they were saying on national TV and Twitters and all of that, they will dare repeat it where it matters the most tomorrow in Parliament.
I'm a king, yes, I'm a king, I think I'm a king,